We have this construction question. The question says construct a quadrilateral ABCD such that AB, BC, and CD are equal. Angle B is 90 degree and angle C is 120 degrees. So we need to make rough diagram. Rough diagram is a must. So we make the baseline, which is 4.4 centimeters. Then at B we make 90 degree, 120 degree. This is 4.4. Same measure. Thus we completed. So here we're supposed to start with the baseline, which is 4.4. Then you take a particular arc length, you make this arc here without changing the measurement. Take the metal pointer here, construct this arc, continue with the same length here. This is 60 and 120. So 60 and 120 gets bisected here, which gives us 90. So we make this line continued here. So for 120 is more easier. The metal pointer is here, the pencil is here. We make this one round curve here. So without changing the measurement, the metal pointer is here, pencil, we cut an arc here, change the position, pointer here, we cut another arc, that gives you 120. So on this 120, we already know this length is 4.4. The same measure we will take and we will make this arc of 4.4 here, 4.4 here, and we complete it. What is more important is showing the arcs. Our arcs should be clearly visible. 90 degrees given, so that must be labeled here. 120 degree was given, so 120 should be labeled. The four sides which are given is 4.4 centimeters, so we have to write 4.4 here, here, here. You could go ahead one more step and you could write that these were given as equal. This is the marking that you could show. So that's taken care of. Then we have one more question, which was statistics problem here, which I've already solved for you. So 0 to 10, what you need to do is you need to take a pencil and cut 41, take one tally mark here and make one particular line strike here. Then this 32, small, very light pencil, 32 is cut, so we put one mark here. That way you continue and make sure that you're not repeating. So thus you should get correct answer. So this is 4 bars with a cross, that is counted as 5. So that is taken care of. So here in this case, the tally mark is done. Post that frequencies are required. So these are the frequencies that we have. The total count of these frequencies is 35. So what we could do is we could take this little down. So we could write our frequency count here. The total is 35. So we write it 35 here. So this is taking care of the total. So now the second part of the question is says, find the number of students obtaining below 20. Below 20 is, this is 0 to 10, 10 to 20. So which technically means this entire thing is what our consideration is. So here we have got 5 and 5 makes 10. So 10 students in total. So that is taking care of this. We continue further. Here the question says, the following figure is a rectangle and we know each angle of a rectangle is 90 degree. Rather it is marked here. So we will continue solving this further. So our solution is since P and Q are the angles identified here, and that is given in the form of ratio. So though it is not reduced fraction reduced fraction form, but we will consider it as 4 and 6 only. So here in this case, we will say let the common multiple be x. So P is to Q is given as 4 is to 6. Ideally, it should have been given as 2 is to 3, but here we are okay with what is given to us. So we will say let the common multiple be x. Let the common multiple be x. Therefore, P over Q could be treated as 4x over 6x. So angle P becomes 4x, angle Q becomes 6x. So we know in this given triangle, we can state in the given triangle by angle sum property of triangles. Angle sum property of triangles. What we will be able to say is, therefore P plus Q plus 90 is 180. it's given in the question, so we're using this as 90 degrees here. So therefore P was 4x, so we'll say 4x plus 6x is 180 minus 90, which makes 90. So 10x makes 90. Therefore, x is 90 over 10, which is 9. So we have realized that the x is 9. So therefore angle P, or we go straight away write P because that's the way it is identified there. So P is 4x, which is 4 times 9, which is going to be 36 degrees. Our Q was 6x, which is 6 times 9, is going to be 54 degrees. So to verify our answer, 5 and 3 makes 8, 80 plus 6 is 86, and 4 makes 90. So the total is 90, so we are right here. We move on to the next piece here. Here the question has been rectified and the correct question is listed here. So here it says find the cardinal number of set A. So we are required to observe the elements here and just state the answers. So cardinal number of set A for us here is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 4 elements, so we'll write 4. Then it says cardinal number of set B. Set B. So here we know the elements here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have got 5 elements here. Then it is asking us to verify these numbers. So the third piece, when we start solving, it's a verification part. So it is mandatory, it is must that you operate LHS and RHS separately. So we can put this mark here and we will say our LHS. Left hand side, it needs cardinal number of A union B. So we know in both the sets combined together how many elements are present here. We'll write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 elements present here. So we'll write this is 7. We go to the RHS, right hand side. In right hand side, we're maintaining this part. So we're just going to copy this and take it down. We are copying this and taking it down here. So now we already know cardinal number of set A for us was 4 plus 5, and the intersection is this region which has got 2 elements here. So we'll write minus 2, which is 9 minus 2, which makes 7, which is 7. So here we now say that since LHS is equals to RHS, hence verified. Since LHS is equals to RHS, hence verified. Hence verified. The question has been verified here. We move on to question number 8. In the question number 8, we have been given the question in terms of principal. Find the principal which will amount to this in 2 years at 8% per annum if the interest is compounded annually. So here we will write amounts to. It means amounts to, this number is an amount here. So you'll say amount is P 1 plus R over 100 the whole power n. Therefore 4665.60 is P 1 plus 8 over 100 raised to power 2, because this is for 2 years. The period is 2 years here. So therefore, we want to continue this as 46656 because we want to get rid of the decimal here. So over 10 is P. This was power 2. P, this is going to be, we could go for cancellation. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. So when we do the LCM, it is 27 over 25. So that becomes 27 over 25, the whole square. This was the whole square. So we continue this further. Therefore, we get, therefore, P is equals to, or I could just write the same way. So we have 46656 times 25 times 25 over 10 times 27 times 27 makes RP. So we'll have to go for the cancellation part here. So we will see what could be the best way of cancelling here. 6 makes 18, 5 and 4 is 9. So this becomes 36. 36 is divisible by 9. So the whole number can be divided by 9. So we'll start with 9. So 9 times 3, 9 5 times is 45. 45, 46 is 1. 9 times 1 is 9. This is 7. 9 times 8 is 72. 36. 9 times 4. Again, we'll try here. 8 and 4 makes 12. 13 and 5 is 18. Again, this is divided by 9. So we'll continue with 9 further. So we're looking at 9 times 3. So this is going to be 9 times 5 is 45, 68. 9 times 7 is 63, 54. 9 times 6, this is 576. So let's try further. 7 and 6 makes 13 and 5 makes 18. Again, this is divided by 9. So we will cut both these together. This 3 and 3 gets cut, which means technically when they say 9 times 1. So this is going to be 9 times 6 is 54. 36. 36 is 9 times 4. So we have 9 times 4. We now have 5 times 2. 5 times 5, we have 2 times 1, 2 times 32. So we're left with 25 times 5 times 32. So we could try an easier way of multiplying this number as well. So therefore, our P should look like 32 times 25 times 5. I'll try to make this as multiple of 100. So we know this could be written as 5 times 25 times 4 times 8. So technically what we have done is 32 is written as 8 times 4, 25 is here, these are just the same. But we realize that this number 25 times 4 could be written as 100. So we now have 8 times 5 makes 40. So we got 40 times 100, which is going to be 4,000. 4,000. So here it says find the principal. So therefore, our principal is rupees 4,000. Rupees 4,000 is the principal. That's taken care of. Here, pie chart has been given here. So to make it more clear, so section, it says find the angle corresponding to section 5. Before that, let's read the question. The question says, the adjoining diagram shows a pie chart with 5 sections representing the regions as percentages. So these are percentages. Together, it will always be 100. The total will be 100%. If there are a total of 300 pages in a book which has been separated into 5 sections, then find the following. The angle corresponding to section 5. Section 5, the angle is 30 degrees. So we know now 30 degrees is 30%. So we know we need the angle. So we say our solution is here. The angle corresponding to section 5. Angle corresponding to section number 5 is that is 30%, which is 30 over 100 is a fraction, times 360, because the total angle is 360 here. This is lost. 36 times 3 is 30 times 3 makes 90. 6 times 3 makes 18. 90 plus 18 is 108. So this is 108 degrees. So the first answer for this becomes 108 degrees. Then it says the difference between the angles of the section 2 and 4. We need 2 and 4. We are looking at the difference. So we can straight away take the difference of the percentages. So here it is 8% and this is 15%. This difference is going to be 7%. So we can use this difference straight away. So we will say therefore the difference in percentages is equals to 15% minus 8%, which makes 7%. We are interested in the angle. Therefore, angle 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 is equals to 7 over 100 times 360. So 0 and 0 is eliminated here. We don't need to further do the division because it's a decimal fraction, so it's better to maintain this. 7 times 6 is 42, 2, 4 here. 7 times 3 is 21, 4 is 25. So 25, 252 over 10 makes 25 times 2. And because this is degrees here, angles, so we'll write the degrees here. So we have maintained degree. The number of pages in section 1. So our section 1 has got 22%. So we'll figure out 22% of 300. So we will write here number of pages in section A. Number of pages in section 1. Section 1 is going to be, section 1 has got 22%, which is 22% of 300. So the two zeros can be eliminated here. 22 times 3 makes 66 pages are there in this section. That is taken care of, 66 pages. So one day a boy walked from his house to the school at the speed of 4 km per hour and he reached 10 minutes late. The question says he reached 10 minutes late. Next day he ran at a speed of 8 km per hour. He has increased his speed to 8 km per hour. And it was realized that he reached 5 minutes early to school. 5 minutes early to school. Find the distance between his house and the school. So here we are talking about three factors. One of the factors is speed. The second piece that we're going to talk about is the time. The third thing that we're talking about is the distance. And we know these are physical quantities which they are already related, and the relationship between them that exists is the triangle here. So we have the triangle which helps us with the relationship here. So we have S, we have D, we have T here. So we know that speed is distance over time. Distance could be written as speed into time, or time could be written as distance over speed. So we could use this. So here in this case, it's the same distance. Distance from the house to the school has not changed. In both scenarios, the distance remains the same. So we will talk about distance in scenario 1. So our case 1, we are talking about the distance. Our distance is speed into time. Speed into time. So here the most important or the crucial bit is there is a variation here. One is increased, the other is decreased. So what we want to really maintain is let the actual time be x minutes. Let the actual time be x minutes. Our solution is here. Let the regular time, let the factual time, let the correct or the factual time be x hours, not hours, rather it is in minutes. So we want to talk in terms of minutes here. X minutes is here. So here we want to go ahead here. So we knew our distance was speed into time. So in case 1 here he reaches 10 minutes late. So the time taken in this experimental approach is going to be x plus 10. Here the time taken is x plus 10. So we are putting this as time is x plus 10. Case 1, time taken is x plus 10 minutes. This is minutes. So therefore distance was speed into time. So taking distance as speed into time, therefore our distance would become, speed was 4 km per hour. So maintaining 4 kilometers, we are saying this is 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, so we could call this as per 60 minutes. 60 minutes multiplied by the time. Time was x plus 10 minutes. X plus 10 minutes is this case with us. So like we have done for case 1, in a similar way we will figure out for case 2 as well. So we're looking at this case 1 here. Trying to organize a bit. We go to case 2 now. Our case 2 we will use this color. Case number 2. In case number 2, he reaches 5 minutes early. So if the realistic time was suppose 30 minutes, he is now reaching in 25 minutes. So the time is reduced. So time taken, we will consider time taken. Time taken is x minus 5 minutes. X minus 5 minutes time taken. Therefore, distance or speed into time, that remains the same. So we have the same component here. Therefore, the distance in this case, in case number 2, still remains the same. But here we will use this information. So this is 8 kilometers, which was per hour. So we will treat this as per 60 minutes. Per 60 minutes times x minus 5 minutes. So if you're looking to simplify that, at least the units could be simplified. Minutes and minutes is lost here. Minutes and minutes is lost here. So we realize that this distance of ours and this distance of ours is the same distance from the house to the school. So distance hasn't changed. So this distance stays the same. So we will say by equating case 1 and case 2. So we are going to say since distance remains the same. Since distance in both cases cases is the same therefore we are saying 4 over 60 times x plus 10 is going to be 8 over 60 times x minus 5. So we have got good scope of getting rid of this. This is 4 times 1, this is 4 times 2. So the simplified equation is x plus 10 is 2x minus 10. Therefore, 10 plus 10 is 2x minus 1x. Therefore, x is 20 over 2. Rather, x is going to be 20. So x is 20. So this becomes 20